There's also a snake out there.
You work, we buy, sell, trade,
I
and have work.
don't have room yet, Jen.
Anything
We're working on
particular
it.
on
I
your
sell
mind?
that, sell that. I don't want to sell you my bike or anything like that. Would you take coal? Jesus. Okay, you don't want coal. Alright, I don't really have much else in the way of room.
Well, that was fast.
Crafting bundle. I do need food, but I have blueberry pies at home, so give me the crafting bundle. Can always do stuff for me. Do an infested clear. Sure.
I need someone who's willing to
Buzz's
get there.
bar. A bar might be worth
this
it.
is a dangerous one.
Nah, it's
Not to
alright.
get
I should be alright with that. I just want to check around the place and see what I can loot in your building. I might have to buy myself a meal though. Maybe. Let me get a couple of these books out of here. Yeah, guns, forge. I don't need that stuff. I've got ravioli. And I've got beef cuts. I'm gonna need a drink soon though. Also, just politely, please move on from the topic if you guys can as well. I tried to be like gentle about it before. Where's my book going? Just do it sure when I need to. Once I've done all my tasks. I'm pretty sure I caught that one. I think I've got everything in here. I've just got to take it outside. I could probably kill you. The burning zombies aren't really too much of an issue for me. They're kind of pretty slow pace. So, I know there's one around the back. We'll see if we can get rid of it. Yeah, no, it's just, it's fine to, like, ask questions and stuff like that, but, when it's becoming an entire, like, full-blown conversation and stuff, that's probably something you guys should take to a whisper if you're comfortable with that. Otherwise, yeah. At some point it's like, you know, a bit too much. I need that boar, and I don't want to... I do want to use arrows if I can get away with it. I'm still trying to loot out Jen's place. Oh, come on. Oh, that had to have got it when it jumped. There's no other way that that would have worked. No, 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 no. Arrows aren't going to take this bastard down really quickly. No, 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 don't hit me. Oh, thank God. Okay. You know, the other thing I haven't found out here is birds. Yet. Mind you, I don't expect to find many, but there are a few nests. Oh. Let me get that in the nest. I must admit, it's nice to be able to see for a fucking distance and not be worried that, you know, I'm just going to walk into something. Or, like, a fucking pack of zombies or something like that because I can't see them. And there's nothing much else in here. Don't mind things. Let's try to. Should be doing that again. Tell me off. It's a two-way street on that one, Waver. Don't stress too much. It's, yeah. I don't mind you guys holding, like, conversations and stuff like that, and it's fine to ask questions and whatnot, but just, like, if it keeps going for, like, too long, and I've, like, you know, already given a sort of very casual kind of, can we move on sort of thing, which normally suggests, like, take it to DMs, I guess, then, yeah, probably should either move it to DMs or, like, cease kind of thing. I don't know. Two-way street. Yeah. What the fuck is under here? Two-way street is meaning that it takes more than one person to have a conversation. So you're not like, you know, it's not 100% on you is what I'm saying. It's both you and Solorith were kind of going for a while. So that's when it's... Get out of my inventory, San. That's what I mean by like two-way street. I don't really want the extra fucking cement, but she might buy it. You know. I just don't have enough space to stay out here and do a quest for her. I do have my bike. I could put stuff in my bike, but if I die, my bike stays here. You know? I got gunpowder. I do not need that. She's got quite a lot of stuff around here, but I don't really need a lot of it. Hopefully I can sell a lot. I can reassure people that take personal when people tell me off. No, I know. Look, I'm never so fucking mad at anybody for having a conversation that I'm just like, you know, Unless like somebody's being like deliberately rude, like Marge Gamer was last week, in which case I told them to leave. If it's
Greetings,
ever
traveler.
something like that, I'm beyond the point of like polite
Feeling a
nudges,
little rough
you
around
know.
the edges?
And that's more so somebody being like ignorant or purposely trying to, you know, continue something, which that person was. Whereas you two weren't purposely doing it. You were obviously unaware that I was like politely nudging the conversation elsewhere and stuff. But yeah, sometimes it could just be that it's too quiet, too subtle, something like that. I also was a fair bit behind the conversation, so you guys might have been deeper into it than I thought. I could get your home cooking magazines. I do have space that would let me cook some stuff. I don't know what that would let me cook, but I kind of also don't want to buy books. What have you got for food? Cans of dog food. So 102, I think that's cheaper than the... Yeah, it's definitely still like a small discount. I can't believe she still needs food though. I don't want to eat that. I could eat the cornmeal. She's going to need a drink though. Red tea will give aided digestion. That's going to be its own issue. I might buy the water.
Thank you so much.
I'll try to eat
Come
this
again.
shit. I wasn't there last week, but I assume it was more about like this type of conversation or where it creates conflict. Yeah, I know you weren't here last week, Weber. No, it was more so somebody spent a couple of hours trying to very casually promote something in my channel with like very unusual like wording and language, which made it kind of fly under the radar, but it made no fucking sense as it was happening. Oops. So yeah, it was a really weird situation. It was one of those ones where you watch it back and it's obvious, but in the moment it doesn't make any sense. And we had a few people also agree that it was like not making any sense at the time. I had my water. Can I get... I don't have space for it. I don't need gunpowder. Can I get like... I guess if I don't get food and I head back... Right? Because we've got the infestation. It's just up the road, but I'm not going to have space to put stuff in anything. But I will probably have to travel back up for something. I just don't want to have to do a whole big travel back up here soon. I do have a quest to give back to Rect. Yeah, that Rect. I don't have a lot of space. I've got two things here. Is either... If I honestly think I could make it through the... if I could make it through the infestation and back, I could probably leave my bike here with some stuff on it. Right? Or even inside here with some stuff on it. And that would probably be okay, but I think I'd pick up too much stuff in there. I might be better off just riding home and trying to get home. There is a desert though. I'll tell you what, let's go for a run through the desert and I'll grab some yuccas so I can make a shit ton of yucca drink when I get home. There's also bird's nests here. So yeah. By the way, random question. What's up, Weaver? I don't want to poke that tent because it's probably got somebody in it. It sounds like a cartoon. Honestly, it was a really bizarre situation, I'll tell you that much, Waver. It was kind of like I had this really lovely conversation, and then the person almost like did like a fucking personality shift into like someone half their age. I honestly thought that somebody maybe took over their computer for like an hour or two. But like the language was all over the place. It was like half of it was like young internet slang, and half of it was like 30 plus person speak, like overly professional. It was weird. It was a very weird day. Whoops. Hello. I can't pick up aloe vera. I don't want cement. Aloe vera leaf? Yeah, let's take that. A teenager trying to sound like adult. Now, I suspect that they might have been an adult, legitimately. Because from the first part of the conversation started off with the individual having played Diablo for almost as long as I have, which would make them around about the ballpark of at least in their 30s, right? Or about that. So I suspected that they could be at least around 30, and it is possible that the language that they were using could have been the result of somebody chronically online in their 30s. That could definitely be a case. But, like, some of it just didn't make sense. Like, some of it was, like, overly professional. Like, you know, like, an older person writing, like, a 2-finger at a time kind of, like, email. That kind of a professionalism thing. It was bizarre. It was a unusual experience. And yeah, it just kind of, like, it felt like it was swapping back and forth a lot. So yeah, it was a perplexing night. It was just one of those weird ass days. I'd love it if you could harvest cactus and actually like cook with it. I see you, snake. See if I could get you. No. If I could get you though. Fuck off, mate. I'm trying to kill the snake. Ugh, come here. I'll kill you better with the axe. There we go. I have 2 sides. What? Teenager trying to sound adult. Yeah. I have raw meat here I need. You're not having it. What? You mean like dual personality or something like that, Awaver? Is that what you mean? Because like I considered that too. I considered that kind of thing too. That's not the button I want. I don't want that seed. There we go. Now I can take extra meat. Because I guess there's snakes and stuff out here. I mean, there's zombies. There's snakes. There's this. Yuccas. I was kind of hoping to get some kind of like third animal type. I guess it's nice that like the burnt area had boars at least. Every time I see one of these brown shrubs though, it scares the shit out of me. I'm thinking it's a bear. Like I looked over there and there's a rock and there's a shrub and I'm like, it's clearly 2 bears, you know? So, I don't know. Just hang 10 for a second, Awaver. What? Alright, let me just allow that. I think that should be fine. I should be able to get the honey out of this. Person is having the OC personalities where some OCs have like 2 sides where the character is super sweet for a moment and suddenly they're crazy criminal. I think you're thinking of like, I think it's either like psychosis or schizophrenia perhaps. I don't know if I just insulted like a group of people that don't have that specific symptoms and stuff, but like that's it's, as far as I understand, I think it's like multiple personalities or something when it's that for like real life. But no, it just seemed like either multiple people were using the one account, which it could have been if it was just a promoter business account type thing. It would have been very, very easily like multiple people just like using one account, logged in on multiple browsers, typing out conversations. That's possible. That would make sense. That would make so much sense for what I was reading. But like, yeah, some of the conversation and stuff, like towards the like last hour of stream, ended up like leaning really heavy into promotional shit. And then it made 0 sense in the stream, but it made so much sense after the fact when I like looked at it later. So it was like pretty obvious after the fact what was going on. God damn, these shrubs scare the crap out of me. Oh man. I'm not sure. I've seen it around some bios. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if people would use like original character personalities and stuff. I guess people do sometimes play characters and stuff, because like that was something like I pointed out the other week, is that, you know, as a streamer, even though I've got an avatar and shit, like I'm not playing a character, I'm not playing any role or anything, just legitimately just being me and existing and stuff. So what you hear, what you see is what you get. It's me. But I know like a lot of people can have like, oh, it's the internet, so you know, you can pretend to literally be some kind of like really nice person or something, and then in reality maybe you might not be. Give me a chicken. Yes. Oh, I'm getting so much meat out of this endeavor. This has been worth it. It's been great. No, that's my meat. Fucking back off, love. Mine, not yours. She was gunning for it. She was going to eat that chicken. Stay down. Like that. Play a character in reality with someone completely else. Yeah. Yeah, no, maybe. I don't know. Usually that kind of thing doesn't slip within like 3 hours stream, you know? Usually that kind of like a mask kind of thing takes a few months to kind of slip and fall aside. And kind of like, I don't know, show up who a person is and stuff. So usually I'd say it takes more than 3 hours to crack something like that. Like, unless like you've got like a hell of a lot of like engagement with that person or something, like you're trapped in a room talking to them non-stop. Maybe. Then maybe. There's another nest over here, I want that. Surprised I never experienced that before. Yeah, well, in some of like the games and stuff that you've played and stuff, I'm surprised that you don't come across people playing characters and stuff. Like, that is a bit of a surprise. Also, you had a random question before. I don't know if you actually asked it. I have to realize some folks have been masking for decades. It's hard to see who the real person is just a few hours. Yeah, I always agree with that. I always figured that there's multiple reasons for it. Some of it are legitimately to keep them safe. And some of it's, you know, maybe they're like legitimately a harmful person. You know, don't know. Don't know, can't find out until you actually get to know somebody. Where did you go, bunny? There's a zombie coming. Come on, I saw there was a rabbit. These bastards can't hide this well. I saw a rabbit skittle over here. So I got my gun out. Not up near you. I'm not seeing it moving around up there. Not down here either. I'm not seeing it. I just want to hang out here for just another couple of seconds. If I could kill him off, I might be able to spot the rabbit. There it is. Hold up. There we go. Alright. We're getting rabbit and chicken and boar and snake. We're having a fucking bountiful dinner when I get home. Me and you. This has been great. Completely forgot. Now, I kind of thought maybe you did, because I tend to like the rate in which I turn corners conversationally. It can be like, you know, jarring sometimes. Where the fuck is my base? It's like that way. Speaking of, where is the trader in relation to that? I could go past Jennifer's treasure map, but I don't know if I've got the space for it. So let's go find out. I've got to dig a hole. And I've got enough time. It's middle of the day. So we'll see. Yeah, masking can be good or bad. It's just part of being human. It is. And some people have to because, like, they might have, like, symptoms or, like, conditions and stuff like that that might not necessarily be, like, viewed as... Oh, hold on. I don't know. What do you call it? Go back here. I wasted 4 bullets on you, bunny. Yeah, some people got conditions and stuff like that that aren't as socially accepted and stuff, which sucks. But, you know, for them to get by in a day-to-day life, they have to mask. Other people have, like, I don't know. I don't know. I often think of, like, medical conditions and stuff like that as, like, my primary go-to for that. Because, like, even myself, like, I've got, like, Crohn's disease. So, like, you know, I've got issues with, like... sometimes food and or like how urgently I might need like a bathroom and stuff like that. And I don't always feel like explaining the entire song and dance to like every random vendor that I come across while I'm like in search of like a bathroom and stuff like that, or like trying to order food and stuff like that, you know? So sometimes it becomes tedious and tiresome, and sometimes it's easier to just say, oh, I get sick from that, you know? And be like, hopefully they understand, you know? Oh, hello, Bird's Nest. So I was wondering if you've tried dumplings before, because you're cooking them today. I was wondering if you'd like dumplings so I can make one, see how it tastes. I wouldn't probably get a chance to taste them, Aweva, because internet. But I think while you're gone, you missed out on some like pretty cool information about how like my Crohn's is going and stuff. So I've had like some serious improvements with my medical condition where I basically for the longest time I haven't been able to eat like most meats and stuff like that. And what do I want to drop here? I could scrap that. They'll do it. Yeah, I haven't been able to eat most meats and a lot of like different food cross-contamination and all that sort of shit, right? But, well, hello. But I have recently been able to eat like some meats again. I don't have to worry as much about cross-contamination. My Crohn's looks like it's kind of going in the direction of remission, which means it won't necessarily go away forever. It's never going to go away, but it could get well enough that I could maybe eat like a normal person kind of thing. You know, eat whatever without potentially getting really, really ill from like random foods and stuff. I just have to be mindful of like when I'm stressed or when my conditions and flare up and stuff. So yeah, that's been a massive improvement over like the last couple of months, last month or so. So I've been like taste testing some foods and stuff that I haven't got to eat for like fucking decade. So that's been interesting. The other thing too is obviously like my partner's extremely excited about it and I love him for that, but I've been like offered like a lot of different variety of food that I do want to eat, and my stomach hasn't had much fucking rest between all of these different options and shit. So I was talking to him earlier about like settling down on like maybe only trying one thing a week at this rate, because it's like still pretty painful for me to like eat random foods that I haven't eaten for a long time. I'm talking about like pork, lamb, or chicken and beef and all those sorts of things that make me like generally pretty sick. I don't want to go through the water, I'll go around it. I realized I was going to have like a water thing in the way here. Is that pork? I mean more like me, because I'm curious what you'd like. Well, I don't tend to eat much in the way of dumplings. My partner does. He does like pork or chicken ones. I haven't had dumplings for a long time because there's only really one that I really like, and it's duck. And the place that used to make it closed down. Apart from that, like I haven't tasted a good vegetable or vegetarian dumpling that I've liked. A lot of them are based on like potato and chives, and I'm not a fan of that as a filling. Or at least that's what we fucking get around here for some reason. Don't ask me why, it's Australia. You get weird shit. And I thought, so I had Crohn's for a year and couldn't eat most meat. Man, I nearly died from my Crohn's, so like the doctors kind of fucked around trying to figure out what I had until I was like basically nearly dying. So yeah, they kind of dropped the ball with that one because they were too scared to diagnose me with one thing or another and actually commit to it. That's actually legitimately what my doctor said to me. He's like, I don't want to diagnose you with something in case it's something else, and then we start treating you for this. And I'm like, but the two things that you think it's going to be are the same fucking thing or close enough that it's not really an issue. If you misdiagnose, we can change over from that pretty fucking quickly, you know? But yeah, anyway, doctors generally are kind of scared of malpractice and getting sued and all sorts of legal issues. Not that I was planning to do that. I was dying. I just wanted to get fucking treated. You know, that's all I gave a shit about. Process these makes it so your body doesn't process things it should, and you get really sick when you come into contact with them. It's not just that. It's kind of like a, what do you call it, autoimmune type thing, where basically like your gut kind of like, your digestive tract, which is anywhere from like from the mouth through to your butt kind of thing, the whole fucking tract, kind of like has a bit of an issue determining whether or not you, the body, or the food itself entering the body is the problem. So sometimes it attacks the body itself, and that's how you can sometimes get sick from it or like have bad reactions to food and drink. You can also get all kinds of things, like you can have inflammation through parts of like your digestive tract. You can have ulcers. I've had at least a couple of times when my whole mouth has been filled with ulcers and I can't talk or eat. That's usually shit. I've had lots of stomach ulcers. This guy is about to get in here, and I was waiting to see him swim, but he's like way under the water. It's not really a problem if he's going to be that far down. Yeah, I've had all sorts of issues with inflammation. You can also have parts of your digestive tract die off if it gets too inflamed and cuts off circulation, stuff like that. So that's another thing that you can have. There's all sorts of major side effects that you can have with Crohn's. I just don't generally go into like the depths of them because, my God, some of them are like, wow. But in saying that, not everybody gets the exact same kit of symptoms and reactions and stuff like that. Like some people can drink coffee and other people are maybe have like an issue drinking coffee and stuff like that, or they might get a lot of reflux or something like that. Like different things, different triggers. I'm mostly triggered by financial stress and some foods. Mine for me were mostly meats, which kind of sucked because I mostly only ate meat prior to having Crohn's. So that was a hell of a life change to adjust to basically full vegetarian, borderline vegan, pescatarian when I could get away with like duck and stuff. So yeah, it was a lot. What is that? A seed. I don't need a seed. If I'm already this full of items, I could probably put a couple of things on my bike. I might be able to get away with that. What else? Very oversimplified. There's a lot more problems with bodies with Crohn's. Yeah. All as I recommend, if anybody wants to know about Crohn's, is just do a Google search. Like, actually, like, look up what Crohn's disease is. And, like, you can get pretty educated on that with, like, the most of the basics and stuff. So that's normally what I recommend with anybody that's like, what is Crohn's disease? It's like, do Google search, please. You're not still going to get like the full kettle of fish, like issues of what I have specifically, but you'll get an idea. You know, you get the main kind of like facts. Let's put all the seeds in here. Seeds and I guess some of the food for now. Don't put the bones in there because if I cull something else, I need to put that in there. Put the fuel. And I'm not expecting to get like coffee out of this, so hopefully I'm gonna have enough room to dig. Now I don't know if the game's gonna leave me alone long enough to dig or if I'm gonna get a roaming horde, but we'll find out, aren't we? We're gonna fucking find out. That probably has that. Yeah, I do. I have Crohn's disease. I also have a few other medical conditions and stuff, so collectively I've got a lot of things working against each other within one body. So that's why I often get very ill. Particularly in summer and shit. So that's why it's a big excitement that we're getting the air conditioner installed this Thursday. By the way, no stream Thursday and Friday this week. I'm getting the air conditioner installed on Thursday so I don't have a repeat of last summer. And Friday is Nick's birthday, so no stream Friday. So I'm doing Diablo stream on Wednesday. Just a heads up. It can kill you. Yeah, I know that. Yes, they will treat you for it first, just to be safe, then stop if they prove it isn't Crohn's. See, in some sense, I sort of wish that they had have done that, because even some level of treatment probably could have helped me. Or at least, like, ruled out something else. Because my doctor waited until it was absolutely non-contestable that it was Crohn's. But it took him, like, 5 months, and I almost died. So... like he was I think he was either trying not to get like some kind of malpractice thing or he maybe didn't think that a patient dying was going to be as bad as that. I'm not quite sure, but he was having an awful time. I think he'd had a couple of like his patients like seriously sue him. I did not keep him after I got my Crohn's diagnosis and got treated and so on and so forth. Is that no zombies? No nothing? Okay. Yeah, after I got treated, I moved on to the doctor I have now, and he's fantastic. I've had him for years, and he is really, really fucking good. And, like, he's good with all of my conditions, so he's definitely, like, a solid doctor. An absolute step up. But yeah, the other doctor, I've seen him around occasionally. He looks miserable as fuck. And I don't know what that's about personally, and it's none of my business, but I don't think he enjoys his job. And I feel for him in a sense because, like, you put a lot of fucking study into becoming a doctor, and if you don't enjoy it at the end of the day, that really, really fucking sucks. I'm hoping to maybe get some extra resources out of this. Not stone. You know what I also have is I have this, which I kept because I'd like to keep that for digging as well. Oh, man. So, yeah, I have autoimmune disorder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anybody that has an autoimmune disorder or any kind of, like, progressive disease kind of thing will definitely fucking understand what, like, every day is just, like, I don't know. It's always something. It's always something. So if nothing's going on for a day, it's always like, what the fuck's going on? Is this going to give me any kind of a signal? I guess not. I really feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for us. Like, I don't know. I don't know about Slurf, but like, I'm alright. My condition is being managed by my hospital, and I have been managed quite well now over like the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. I'm not quite sure how long I've been seeing them. I've been seeing them since about I started streaming in the February after I started streaming, so maybe a year and a half I've been with the hospital now, and I've been quite well managed. They fucked up like the first round of medicine. They changed my medicine like straight away and nearly comatose me. But then we got back on like a better medicine and doubled it and shit. So yeah, it's doing really good at the moment. And that and just general management, stress management. I also got rid of some like really horrible toxic people out of my life, and yeah, it's all starting to like have really good health benefits for me in the long run. So significant progress. That's what I'm going with at this point. Just taking a while. It's a slow and steady progress, and hopefully it means that I might be able to, you know, maybe eat a pork chop